for me personally, I listen to a lot of local deathcore bands. I listen to a lot of local metalcore bands. Parkway Drive, I Kill the Prom Queen, The Red Shore, basically lots of Australian bands. There's too many to name. There's a lot of local bands that most people probably haven't heard of, like Sensory Amusia, Beneath the Rising Tide. There's so many bands in Australia that basically have contributed to the way that I do vocals. So yeah, really, like, there's so much talent in Australia, and it's all together just kind of contributed, like, for me to going to local shows and going to so many gigs in my time that I've just kind of picked it all up and put it into my way I do my vocals, and that's basically how I do it. It's just learning from all the bands that I've seen over the years, and yeah, I think that Australia has a lot of great talent that a lot of people need to recognize, for sure.
Yeah, I guess it's the same deal. Like, I listen to a lot of, like, I didn't really, like, in Brisbane, it was like a big hardcore scene. I never really got into the hardcore scene. I was, you know, listening to bands like The Red Shore, which I wish was still around, stuff like that. Yeah, like The Red Shore, you know, Parkway Drive, that they were, you know, I used to watch them at, like, the Lions Den when I was like 14 or something, like, and they would open for all these bands that don't even exist anymore. Like, it was insane, and now they're like one of the biggest bands on planet Earth, which is so sick. Like, it's the best thing ever. But yeah, in terms of like influence, like, I don't know, it's hard to say. Like, apart from The Red Shore, and like personally drum wise, like Jake Green, the dude that drummed for that band, like, I thought he was like hands down the best drummer in Australia when The Red Shore were a thing. I didn't even play drums at that time. I just thought, like, this dude is just psychotic and I want to be like, do that sort of stuff. But yeah, I took a lot of influence from overseas bands, but at the moment, yeah, Australia definitely does have a huge influx of awesome bands. Like, obviously there's Parkway Drive and stuff, but there's heaps more, like, as well. Like, it's pretty crazy. It's out of control, actually. Like,
doesn't matter what genre you listen to. It's like, just for deathcore or death metal, for example, it's like there's so many underground bands in Australia that, like, we all grew up with and we all kind of take influence with. So like, it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of just a really tight-knit scene, and we all kind of really get together.
Everyone knows everyone.
Yeah, everyone knows everyone. We all get along well. So like, I think it's just mainly because we're so far away from everyone else that we kind of just try to create our own sort of music scene, and I think that's really kind of exploded in a way. I think a lot of people think about like Australian music and they think that there's a lot of great bands from there, which there is. So like,
the coolest part about it is that like everyone over here and like obviously in the States likes that. Like, they like it. Like, they love Australian metal, and that is so sick, because that like obviously allows us to come over here and have a great time.